This week on Mocs News, our Mocs celebrate UTC.
Jussie Smollett is dropped from all charges and many are not too happy about it.
And we get close and personal with UTC Sexperts.
I'm Jeremiah Beatty.
And I'm Madison Toon, and your news starts now.
This week, our Mocs are showing the university some love with this year's I Love UTC Week. Faculty, staff, and alumni joined in on the fun celebrating all things UTC with tons of events and activities planned all throughout the week. The event will be ending this Saturday, March 30th, with a Fan Fest celebration. This event will start Saturday at 10 a.m. at the First Tennessee Pavilion and Finley Stadium. If you want to find out more about this event, check your Scrappy's newsletter.
Are they done yet? Sadly, this question will be on repeat as campus construction drags along. As the projected finish date is next year, let's just say you will still be walking. The construction on Vine Street and Oak Street seems to be never ending these days. What began last year is making far but major progress. Beautiful pavement has been laid and trees line Oak Street ready to be planted. Students continue to take alternate routes as their campus renovation drags along. Be patient and hang in there.
Two UTC students had an opportunity to talk with a NFL legend. Our Joseph Dykes has the story.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to the postgame. I'm your host, Parker Turf. With me, as always, Abe Avila. We have a special guest today, Mike Keith, voice of the Titans.
If you like Tennessee Titans football, you probably heard Mike Keith's distinctive voice on the radio. He's been the voice of the Titans for over 20 years. Abe Avila and Parker Turf, UTC students and hosts of the popular radio show The Postgame, had the opportunity to interview him for their radio show. The pair grilled Keith on everything from his career path to what the Titans need to do on the upcoming free agency and who they need to select in the upcoming draft. Keith said that the Titans, who are picking 19th, can't really know who's going to be available at the time. He did mention that defensive linemen may be a priority, however. The interview was made possible by Professor Christopher Dortch, who teaches sports writing in Frisk Hall when he's not writing for Blue Ribbon Sports or covering the NCAA basketball tournament. Abe Avila talked about the experience of speaking with a Tennessee sports legend.
It was surreal. I'd heard him from when I was a little kid, tried to mimic him from when I was in 6th grade. When I saw him in class, I was very nervous because I couldn't believe it was him. So finally getting the chance to talk to him was unreal. It didn't feel like I was actually talking to him.
You can listen to the postgame every Friday morning at 10:30 on the Perch radio station. This has been Joseph Dykes. Now back to the studio.
It's time to celebrate Earth Day, and you can join in on this fun. UTC is partnering with Green Spaces EPB, West Rock, and other local businesses to hold the first annual Eco Field Days. There will be tug-of-war, electric scooter races, food, and more. Register now to sign up your team and let's see what you can bring. The event will be held Friday, April 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in Miller Park, downtown Chattanooga. Saturday, this event will also host Chattanooga's Clean and Green Cleanup at 9 a.m. Then the fun will continue with even more food, vendors, and great music from local bands, so save the date.
The Disability Resource Center hosted their ambassador training program this week. Faculty and staff from all across UTC came out to learn how they can promote accessibility for disabled students at UTC. The event went over the definitions, history, and various struggles of being disabled and also how to empathize with and help them. Ultimately, the DRC wants UTC to be a campus that pushes for accessibility over accommodation. When it comes to sex education, Tennessee runs 4th in the nation.
However, one campus organization is changing that. UTC Sexperts are bringing sex education in a new way.
This student-run organization is changing how students engage in sex. Sexperts has been on the UTC campus for 2 years, and they are making it their duty to help students learn all they can when it comes to sex. Many UTC officials have found this beneficial for students, but not all are on board with the way Sexperts is educating students. During a tabling event, students were able to learn how to properly put on a condom. To do this, students use a condom demonstrator, which is designed to help educators demonstrate how to use a condom. Those passing by assumed the demonstrators were dildos and filed a complaint with the university. The founder and president of Sexperts shares why these demonstrators are important in the learning process.
We have what's called the Gateway Sexual Activity Law, which basically says teachers in high schools can't teach anything that could be a gateway to sexual activity. Many other horrible things that bill does. It also limits teachers' ability to have condoms and other contraceptives in class. So even when teachers are able to teach abstinence-based sex education and not just abstinence-only education, so when they aren't able to teach about condoms, they can't show their students how to use condoms correctly. They can just say, here's how you open the condom, here's how you put it on, but students aren't allowed to practice or actually see a condom ever in their classroom. So for a lot of students, it's hard to take like that abstract instructions and implement them when they're not actually doing it.
Overall, UTC Sexperts want all students to lead healthy lives and to be more aware when it comes to sex.
To get involved, follow this organization on their Instagram at UTC Sexperts to stay up to date with upcoming events.
The Perch held a friendly competition for students and celebrated a big milestone. The student-ran radio station hosted a ping pong tournament for their 10-year anniversary. For 10 years, they have provided quality entertainment for UTC with weekly shows and podcasts. Many people came out eager to win first, but John proved his skill taking home first place in a $25 Starbucks gift card as his prize. The Perch encourages students to join their station. They have opportunities ranging from hosting to marketing and even more.
It's nice to see things finally warming up this week.
It sure is. Let's find out what next week's weather report looks like with our Brandon Robinson.
Thanks, anchors. This week, as far as weather, you can expect more of the same. Today, expect mostly cloudy skies with a high of 75 and a low of 55. Saturday, expect cloudy skies with a high of 75 and a low of 42. Sunday, expect more of the same with a high of 55 and a low of 33. Starting Monday, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 61 and a low of 40. That's it for the weather. Have a great weekend. It's Brandon Robinson, and it's back to the news desk.
Our reporters have followed this story for weeks, and now Jussie Smollett is officially a free man. However, there are still numerous law officials who do not agree on his newfound freedom. The Cook County State's Attorney's Office dropped all charges against the Empire star who was accused of staging a hate crime in Chicago this past January. The decision announced in court came very quick, slamming the door on a case that has made national attention for months. Smollett still faces critics as Chicago's law officials have ordered Jussie to pay $130,000 to cover the costs for this investigation. This will also cover overtime worked by detectives and officers who spent weeks on this case. We will keep you posted on updates with this story.
Trump has won his battle for the border wall, now coming closer to securing his campaign promise. Democrats cast a vote to overturn Trump's veto for the wall, but fell short of the votes needed to succeed. The vote in the House ended at 248 to 181, and Republicans supported Trump's statements that the border situation is a serious crisis. Democrats are not giving up yet, and they plan to renew the fight in a few months. That does it for this edition of Mocs News. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to check out our website, mocsnews.com, to continue following the news throughout the week.
And while you are there, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a great weekend from all of us here at Mocs News.